Hello, everybody. Welcome to Captain's Draft 3.0, presented by Dota Cinema and moonducktv. My name is Sunsfan, joined by Purge. Hi, friend. How are you?
I'm good. Are you still gonna be able to do this? I haven't heard you cast in it's got like 2 years or something.
God damn it, Purge. I need to mute you. How do I mute you?
I mean, are you gonna like get back on the goat? Is that how you call it?
It's the horse, not the goat. How do I actually mute you in game?
There's a button called Mute Co-Broadcasters.
Mute co. So
All right,
you
sorry,
really
guys.
haven't casted.
It's
for
under
2 years.
audio on the right side.
I'm new to this.
Under
All right,
sound
I got
device. Okay.
I got it. Today's going to be a rough day, trust me. My bowels are rumbling and Purge is already making fun of me. It's not going to be pretty.
Okay, well, if you guys haven't seen Captain's Draft before, the way that it works is you get a random assortment of heroes that are currently in the pool. Both teams get to ban 3 of those heroes, and then you pick them. So it's
correct.
A weird balance of what heroes are left, how many supports are there, which carries are there. It's a lot of grabbing the best heroes that remain in the pool, more so than following the straightforward meta that the current metagame is. So we're gonna see a lot of weird picks.
Yeah, the current meta is really stale. Let me tell you, Purge. So that's why Captain's Draft is
I'm
so
actually
exciting.
beginning to feel that way. So
Really?
Yeah, definitely.
Well, it is. I guess it is kind of a 5-man team fight type meta, but I don't know.
Yeah,
if it's stale.
there's a lot of straightforward hero picks like that, and a lot of heroes that keep coming up. Like Chen is very common, push heroes, faces void occasionally, things like that. I'm happy to watch lineups that are a little different. Like Tidehunter, we don't get to see Tidehunter that often, but right off the bat, it's like, would I rather pick Storm Spirit or Tidehunter? And then you get some obvious choices, right?
Yeah, Storm will eventually be picked this tournament, I dare say. But just to go more specific into the mode, if you guys haven't caught it before, it's not just random assortment. It's 9 of each attribute, actually. So it's kind of even in that regard. And we're going to be seeing some OP bans. Death Prophet probably won't be seeing the entire tournament because she's the most overpowered hero in the game.
Maybe.
Come on.
I think
Let's be
Enchantress
real
is
here.
worse. I think Death Prophet's top 6, I would say. For
6?
Sure.
Wow.
I'm playing it real safe. I think she's strong, but there are some minus armor things that are very good against her.
Okay. All right. Fair enough. All right. Fuck the bans. We're going into the picks. We have Batrider, Sand King so far from Mama's Boys, which have replaced Na'Vi in this tournament. And then for ROX, we have Dazzle, Tidehunter, Slark. A 3rd pick Slark. You're never going to see that.
The fish lineup. No Slaughter in the game, so we won't see any more fish on their team. But Sand King, Batrider, I don't like Batrider that much versus Slark if Slark's paying attention. He can Dark Pact that off and start the fight off in a really good way. But Sand King is not bad against Slark. Just a lot of AoE damage that can deal with him during his ultimate.
All right, so looking at what's available right now, of course, non-CM heroes are technically available if they pop up. There's only 2, though. That is Ricky and Arc Warden. I still haven't learned Arc Warden's skill name, so it's probably a blessing in disguise that he's not up there. Although, have you played Arc Warden at all?
Yeah, like 5 times or so.
Do you think that's a hero that's just going to be banned consistently? Or
yeah, I just don't see him getting through, honestly. There's just... he might squeak through. Some team might say, like, maybe there's a team that'll think that he's not that overpowered and they'll let him through, but he definitely does force you to play against him a certain way, which is very gank heavy to reduce his farm. If you can do that and get him a little bit behind, then it's fine. But if you let him free farm for like 10 minutes, then he becomes a huge nuisance, and by the end of the game, he can basically just solo kill people with his illusion. There's a couple different ways to play him, though, and depending on the team, they may or may not value him that highly, but I personally think that he's right now a little overpowered and feels very abusive. Yeah.
All right, Mama's Boy pick up Lich. By the way, we didn't mention Sand King, which in all likelihood would be played by Sexy Bam, but last time we saw that was elimination mode, and he just shat all over everybody. I think that's the best description. So
yeah,
looking forward to hopefully him
really
playing
good.
that.
The hero's also just better due to Aether Lens and Aghanim Scepter. You can Burrow Strike about the range of a Blink Dagger. So, his mobility is going to be way higher. His ability to engage or disengage in team fights is going to be a lot better as well. And right now, Mama's Boys just has really good team fight. And they can combo this with Naga Siren setup into a perfect epicenter, even before they have Blink Dagger. So they have a lot of really early game fighting stuff. But with that said, ROX Kiss, man, this is a good game for Alchemist. A lot of heroes that are very good with Aghanim Scepter, such as Venomancer, and even the Tidehunter Axe is very good.
Yeah.
So I could see this being a little scary here for Mama's Boys.
That should be interesting to see. And just a little shout out to Valve and Ice for my lord. All right, Pudge first game, not too bad for lineups here in Captain's Draft 3.0. I was gonna say shout out to Valve for adding 30 seconds to the pick ban time. It was kind of needed, although this still felt kind of rushed. But that's part of the mode. You got to be on your toes if you're the captain. So we're gonna see Yapzor playing the Pudge at least for now. Pyket's playing the 1 now, right? So that's a carry Naga for sure.
Okay.
Unless they're just random. I mean, that's my understanding. He's been playing the 1, so we'll see if that's the case or not.
And of the only heroes left out, the only one that I may be thinking could have been picked is TA or Winter Wyvern, really. Maybe Faceless Void, I guess. Faceless Void is very popular in the NA scene. There's a couple of heroes that could have squeaked through, but as you can see, there's not a lot of heroes left. Some teams may be forced to use a support that isn't conventionally seen as strong. So
look at Wyvern all
down.
alone on the bottom Purge.
I know,
poor guy.
No one's even close to him, but he was next to a bunch of really strong heroes. So,
do you think? I think he's still good, right?
Yes, he's situationally good. I mean, DC picked him during that regional qualifier game, and that was the first time I'd seen him played since he got changed. And AUI got a couple solo kills just by ulting, and I was like, all right, this year's still good.
Yeah, that was against the Beastmaster, so obvious synergy there. And then I think it's good against Lone Druid as well. I would think. I mean, wait, does it work on the bear?
Yeah, it should affect all enemy units.
That's what I figured.
It's actually a decent ability. It's just different than it was before. It's good against a lot of units, so you kind of need to use it as a solo kill. You can't use it as much as a setup, because obviously the person you cast it on and the people attacking him are now invulnerable. So it's not like a combo ability like it was before. It's more just a straightforward, let's see if I can kill somebody with the ult. So AUI really showed like that hero is still viable. He's not as good as he was before, maybe, but against a certain lineup, he definitely can be a good pick.
All right, so as you guys may or may not know, the prize pool right now is a base of 100K, and we are looking to add, I don't want to say what it is yet because you never know if it'll get in or not. It's likely to get in, but cosmetics, hats, whatever you want to call them, that will contribute to the prize pool. I have absolutely no idea when that's actually happening, but look forward to that. And then right now we do have a ticket in the game, and we're looking again. We're not 100% sure on this. It's more like 95% sure we're putting a compendium in with it. But the thing to keep in mind that items are just not allowed to be bundled with tickets anymore. So we figured we'd just put a ticket in like every other tournament and then just add a compendium for free because why not? It's just fun to do. So we're going to see... Is that King Raven on Dazzle? King R? That's not actually King Raven, right? There's no way.
I mean, there's no way. This is a team from...
I know,
that's like a Russian team, right?
You never know.
King R and King Raven are not the same person, Shannon. My God, you've been hanging out with Breaking CPK too much.
I know, the NA Dota is strong with me these days. I'm not gonna lie. For sure. Yeah, we can do a TriCast by all means.
We're biased NA people, that's all.
Yeah, Zaire, you can cast off of the stream with the delay.
Oh, great. I mean, I'm in the broadcast.
Oh, you're in the broadcast? Fuck. All right, never mind.
They double warded. What a huge mistake here.
Oh, boy.
That's actually... They could deward all three of these things with literally one sentry. They actually messed up so bad by doing that. That's going to really limit their vision. That's a very basic communication problem here.
Well, Captain's Draft really rustles the jimmies, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, I guess so. Hey, Sunsfan, for all of Captain's Draft, would it be cool if I point out which wards are popular in GemTD?
Dude, that is the most unbearable thing to watch.
Because this antique bloodstone down here, I've never actually seen it in game before, but it's pretty cool.
Somebody
plays GemTD.
We should do a GemTD show match for Captain's Draft. I think that'd be great.
Yes.
That sounds so awful.
We'll do best of fives every round. It'll take literally 10 hours to complete.
God. I don't know how you play that. I play like the easy mode version. I don't even remember what it's called.
Okay, the sentry was poorly placed and does not deward everything. This is
wow, it doesn't deward anything.
This is Yol not doing his homework. Like literally, you can deward almost this entire camp with one sentry if you know where to place it. You actually can place it, I believe, at the top of the camp, like on the other side of the trees here. So
top lane, we're already gonna have a little bit of action. Sticky Napalm on top of Rot, 3 stacks on top of Tidehunter. Don't think he's getting out of this. Gets an anchor smash, but that's gonna be first blood going the way of Yapzor on the Pudge. Yeah, that's an excellent start from Mama's boys.
Yesterday in Canada Cup, we saw a Bat Rider Bristleback lane, and it was very similar. The double slow with the sticky and the napalm, or the goo and the sticky, it is gross, man. There's no getting away.
Yeah. And that's normally a hero that's just completely fine in the offlane, but once you put Rod into a scenario like that, it just makes it so much harder. I laned like that in a pub the other day. I played Omni Knight, and the Rot just screws you, man. I mean, obviously I should have repelled and all that stuff, but the chase is so big, and they're doing it again here.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, he's in a lot of trouble. Dead again, so Tidehunter's going to have to figure out something else here. Don't think he can go back to lane, in all honesty. As bot lane, we're going to have a little bit of action as well. Pounce is going to hit Saksha, and he falls to the ground. Meanwhile, Sexy Bambo just farming away. No big deal. That's typical Bambo style. Can you tell us a little fact that we don't know about Bambo since you did live with him, Purge? I'm really interested to hear something sensual if possible.
Oh man, on the spot like this, I was gonna say he really likes clubbing, but everybody knows that.
Yeah,
so
that's
doesn't
common
really tell you a whole lot. He really likes dancing. That's pretty much the same thing though.
It's exactly the same thing. He likes
know,
clubbing and dancing, guys. Got it.
I
heard he's pretty successful with the women. Is that actually true?
No.
Okay.
he used to eat these microwavable burgers that he would get at 7-Eleven. Is that an interesting fact that you didn't know?
I thought that was gonna be related to the women thing, but no, that's
no,
fine,
not at all related.
Yeah, I thought that was a setup for an awesome payday, and it was just that's it. Let it ride.
I mean, I just can't go full ham on him, and tell him everything. Can tell you everything. Oh, you see this? You see this courier on the raiding team? This is a unit that spawns in Gem TD on one of the waves.
Oh my
borrowed
god.
time.
All right, people are hearing me click, so I need to change my threshold.
Yeah.
Take over, Purge.
Or you need to click less aggressively.
Just don't spam clicking when you're not
What do you
talking.
mean?
Oh,
Don't
hook on
spam
mid lane.
click.
Oh,
Hook
this
onto
should be a
the-
kill. As long as he doesn't get double stunned, I think they've got him. Oh, Pycat didn't want to go for it. He was
my.
a little low, and he didn't have mana. If they had mana there, that would have been... Oh, he kills him with the acid spray. That's the acid spray, man. That ability is so strong.
Did the Dazzle hit him with a heal too, or was it just straight acid
I don't
spray?
think
No,
so.
there
He
was a
just got
shadow wave as
screwed.
well. King Raven for the win, guys.
All right.
For sure.
And he's really cleaned up his act and he's learned to speak one of those Cyrillic languages, I guess. That's impressive.
All right, by the way, it's not possible, just letting you guys know, for me not to click because I use middle mouse button to move the freaking map, I don't know how it's possible, but...
Dude, it's 2016. Learn how to use your keyboard to control the camera.
Okay, I'll try using keyboard. I'll try to be a pro cameraman that's not actually a cameraman, but fine.
A little bit
guys!
of experience sapping.
Shut up, Slack.
Are you serious? This cast just got like 4 times worse. First we had a dual cast, then now we got a quad cast with Slacks.
Hey, Slacks, you want to be a Statsman for next game?
No.
All right, good.
Are you
Guys, we
awake
can
yet?
look forward to Slacks being Statsman next game.
Slacks, did you just get back?
Yeah.
You're like, hey man, I'm just getting back from the
Oh,
trip.
Socks a bot lane! Barely gets taken out by the Dark Pact.
Let's hop on TeamSpeak and see if we can ruin a broadcast. Was that your thought?
Yeah, just... Oh, wait. No, okay, this isn't Slacks' fault. For everybody out there that's wanting to blame Slacks, because I know he's very unpopular right now, but we're not in the channel that says casting do not disturb. I just realized.
Okay. Yeah, but let's be real, he would have been here. He would have been here anyways.
Yeah, that's true. Just trying to give him the benefit of the doubt because he probably gave Pimp the old nerdbird flu.
Yeah, I mean, it
As
was
he always
pretty
does.
hard to know what the schedule was going to be like for Captain's Draft. I'm sure he woke up and was completely surprised that a tournament started today that his company's running. That's,
It's
Wait,
hard, man.
he actually left. We made him leave.
Yeah.
Great
Totally
work,
normal.
Purge. You demoralized him.
We'll bring him back next game. Pycat in the mid lane's doing pretty well, though. He's got 23 last hits versus the 19 of Alchemist. It's not a very good matchup to do melee versus Alchemist just because of the minus armor from Acid Spray and the fact that they're going to trade very well against you. But it's not terrible for Nago. At the very least, she has lots of regen, and she has lots of armor as well. So she can do it a bit better than most melee heroes can.
Bot lane, Bambo's in a little bit of trouble, but able to scurry away. He does he go jungle now? Is this just what he
Can,
does?
yeah.
I think he just goes complete jungle at this point. As Hook's
Well, they
gonna
got
hit
Hook.
in mid, but Concoction is popped. Burrow Strike not gonna happen, and they're just gonna run away. Actually, he's gonna stun himself, but
If only they had an Aghanim
Yeah.
Scepter on Pudge, they could have hooked in there.
dude, it's actually completely ridiculous. Like that has to be core, right? It's still core.
Aghanims?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, the problem is that Pudge is still not that good. People really thought that Pudge was OP, but that was just people bitching in pubs, basically. That's all that really was. Like yeah, it's very good, but you have to get an Aether Lens first, and then you have to get an Aghanims. That's 6,000 gold, man. That means you have to be doing well on Pudge to get that.
It's worth. Just put him on the 1, no problem. Although this
Yeah,
Yapzor
totally
is
fair.
not playing the 1, obviously, at this point. But King Raven, also known as King R in his homeland of Russia, is in the top. I'm going to call him King Raven. I hope he doesn't mind. I mean,
I
I'm
don't
sure that's
think-
what it stands for, right?
There's probably like 5 people watching that even know who King Raven is.
Yeah. That's true.
It's such an
more of an
obscure
inside joke.
reference. You think Totally Rad is a highly frequented website? I mean, come on, dude.
That's pretty old school, yeah. That's true. Where the hell did that site go?
Oh, it's still there. It's just one dude posting blogs.
Is it really? Oh yeah, we're doing a TriCast on... No, this is our feature. We're doing a TriCast on stream, dualcast in-game. Because Zaire does not enable...
Absolute dead silence from the third person. That's what I would do, wing your cast. I think Mama's Boy is doing pretty well, though. They got a lot out of their dual lane. Sexy Bambos just hit 60 here, which is about matching what the Tidehunter is doing, but on the other side, they've also got a Lich, who's denying experience from this Slark by using Sacrifice. So it's kind of like they're doing a one jungler and single off lane. He might get caught here.
Oof.
I don't know.
You know, you almost went into the newbie cast there, Purge. I was about to ask you, wait, what does Sacrifice do? Please explain. I missed that.
It literally hasn't been 2 years since you cast it. That's really amazing. I'm surprised you even remember that stuff.
Dude, I'm still... It's burned in my memory. The Razor Plasma Field over and fucking
That's
over.
a static link, dude.
Oh, was it Static Link?
Yeah,
It's
there's
just
that.
Razor in general. Like, good God, that
Yeah,
hero.
there's a lot of Razor that tournament. I get it. Lich almost level 6 in his offlane. He's died twice now. No boots for him. But as long as his positioning is good, this is still going to cover their team very, very well here. And he picks up 6 with the next sacrifice. And if we look at the overall CS, it's actually not hurting Slark that much. He's up to 43 here. So maybe Lich is not doing that much. At the very least, it is giving them a lot of experience and preventing the Slark from being more ahead.
I'm surprised that... I mean, Pudge has been doing a nice job of roaming around, but Tidehunter's level 6 now after getting absolutely shit-stomped in the beginning. So I guess my prediction was incorrect. I mean, they left him alone versus Batrider, which still isn't that great of a matchup, but you can't really kill him, I don't think, unless you get a ton of stacks.
Well, even if Tidehunter is doing well, the Batrider is doing extremely well due to getting the kill and the assist here. And he's going to clean up this neutral camp as well. That's going to be Blink Taker for him at 8 minutes 20 seconds. Very,
Not
very good
bad.
timing. And the real thing is, where do they go with this? I think they gank Alchemist with the first Blink Dagger. Slark is a little bit scary. You can't really do it on Tide because he's going to crack and shell off the damage. So I think they go for the Alch gank and lasso him when he is not ultied and then go for that kill.
Pudge has an earn right, and that's actually pretty damn fast for support Pudge.
Yeah.
8.5 minutes in, that's really good.
Yeah, he's
But
got good items here.
it is daytime, and they have a pretty good idea that he's standing there. Although Soxa's now has rotated from bottom lane, and I'm pretty sure that Spadoy knows this, because this is just all left alone. Although they are smoked up, so they could be ganking bottom for all he knows, but they're going to be going mid.
Yeah, they're clearly
Blink
going
Dagger reveal.
Oh, he got his ult off.
Snare. He
gonna
does
have
get his
Graves
ult
as well.
off, but the bounces are
Oh, nice.
insane for Chain Frost. Good lord.
And the important thing is they pulled him away from Dazzle with a Flaming Lasso, so that delayed the Grave and made it not land. So really nice kill there by Mama's Boy. It was a pretty obvious gank from our perspective because we knew the Blink Dagger was up. But we never really know exactly when Bat's going to get it. And Dazzle was prepared for that, but the Lasso just did too much.
Yep. Well, with that, a 3-3 tie now is... By the way, I just want to reiterate for some people, Navi was replaced by Mama's Boys, and I can talk about why that is later. It's actually a hilarious story.
That's just wait for the next pause. That's a good pause filler.
Yeah, that's true. Well, I hope we don't have many pauses.
Oh, he
but
gets a
that
hook
is
on
a pause
Dazzle?
filler. Oh, yeah, Dazzle. King Raven, goodbye, good
Oh,
sir.
he gets him.
That's a level
That's
6
huge.
Pudge.
Yeah, that's going to reveal that they do have a ward there, so that's probably going to get dewarded. Well, we'll see which one they try. They might try for this one. They might try for the cliff one. We'll see. But they're going to lose the ward because of that, but I think that's okay when you have a support Pudge here, and it's also limiting the stacks just a little bit.
Well, bottom lane, we have Soxa just going to TP away from Sadoy. It's quite a bit of damage, though. Has 1,000 gold on top of his treads. Aquila. Does he go straight into a Shadow Blade, you think? Is that the item of choice these days? You don't really see Blink Dagger very often on Slark anymore, do you?
Not really, no. It's almost always Shadow Blade.
Yeah, Song was forced
there's
out.
Epicenter on top.
And Epicenter top looks like
He just
Yol is
dies.
in a lot of trouble. Down he goes. Yapzor and Sexy
Great
Bambo going to
TPs.
TP away. And, well, that's the downside of Slark. You have no stun at all.
Yeah, it's very clear that they looked at the ROX team and they're like, they have 2 stuns. They've got Alch stun and they've got Ravage, and that's it. So they're just completely
Technically,
abusing it.
Poison Touch after a 4-second delay can
You're
stun
right.
TPs.
You're right.
Not very effective, obviously.
Yeah. But yeah, I
it
think
looks-
Shadow Blade's just more popular now because of the whole Silver Edge possibility that you can transition into. So, and the attack speed's always very good. Just it's the go-to lately for some reason.
Bambo's getting very close to a blink of his own, and that's, you would assume, going to be the point where they get ultra aggressive, although they have been pretty aggressive overall already. Mid lane, smoke on 2. Pyket's going to try to bait this a little bit with that Song of the Siren on cooldown. The Eps are looking for a hook. And, well, Hook himself jumps in, not able to get a lasso of any kind. Although he didn't really have mana after the Firefly, so not sure what he was going to do.
Well, Tide's the one that is taking the Ancient stack here. He's doing it decently. He doesn't have that many Kraken shells, but he will take it down, ultimately. It's getting a little
Eventually
low,
he will.
And the enemy team does know that they're there, so they could go zone this, especially with Pudge.
This is a
that's
scary
pretty
time.
scary.
A lot of Bleak Daggers out now. Alchemist just got his, and Bambo just grabbed his on the Sand King.
I heard
Interesting
you
to see Alchemist
chuckling.
went so early.
I heard you chuckling about the King Raven thing earlier.
Yeah?
Diary. Do you not appreciate that? Last season,
I
I
think
called
it's funny.
DTR Raw. I called him Dirty Raw the entire tournament.
No,
And people
I like
got
it.
really mad.
I think it's funny that you think it's funny.
Oh, we're literally insane here at Moonduck. It's fine. Hook's gonna bot up a DD at that bot rune. Still has the Blink Lasso available to him, but nobody's in the bot lane, so he's not gonna find anybody anytime soon. We have a triple smoke here at the top lane for ROX. And I mean, they don't really have the best catch. They have the concoction, and that's about it. But if he hits it, well, likelihood to be a
Oh, he's charging
kill.
now.
He's gonna stun
He's
himself.
Too far.
Yeah, I mean, he does
mean-
have a blink, so that's a little bit of catch, I suppose.
I saw the opportunity, but he was way too far left, sitting over at the side shop, so... And this is going to limit his farming a bit. He's also gone for the maxed out unstable concoction. This build works completely if you get the yanks off. If you don't, you're like, boy, I wish I was farming in the mid lane with Grievel's Greed and Acid Spray. And right now, that's what he wishes.
Yeah.
Do you go Medallion into... do you start with Medallion on this hero anymore, Alchemist?
Maybe not start, but eventually get it. Yeah, it's still very good. Especially if you max out unstable concoction here.
Bambo's gonna
Could
get
be a
gushed
fight.
up. He's just gonna Burrow Strike. He doesn't give a fuck. Although Concoction's waiting for him, he's gonna
Oh,
blink out! Wow, the spider senses are tingling for Bambo.
Yeah,
I was
Even
gonna
just
make a
getting-
club reference, but I couldn't think of anything.
Because you don't go clubbing.
That's
Uh-oh.
very accurate.
Captain Hook. Firefly away.
Oh, he's good. He's good.
Yeah, the medallion buildup is also great for Alchemist. That 2 armor is pretty low. Just a casual chainmail helps him out.
I have a question here. I've been seeing this a lot lately, where Tides do not go blink first; they go mech into
Yeah.
blink. What do you think about that?
It's a different thing that you can do. I don't think they necessarily need to. They've already got an initiator with the Alchemist, and them not having a mech can be. Oh, there's the big hook. I mean, he's gonna get on. Yeah, that was gonna happen. I think they're still gonna get him though. They don't even.
He
have to
could
use
ravage if
Ravage?
he wants.
Ravage?
What? Oh, he's gonna get it off with the Dazzle Grave on top of him. Lich is gonna fall one way or another, or is he? Beautiful Chain Frost Titan is finally gonna fall.
Oh,
Sexy
another
Bambo,
hook.
beautiful hook, and
Oh,
Alchemist
my.
dies as well. And somehow, Mama's boys lose nobody.
They were just not ready for that Lich rotation, man. That Chain Frost did some serious work.
I mean, Bambo showed up as well. It would have been Lich dying if not for the Burrow Strike that interrupted the stun there. I think that was really huge that they all got there in time. So, really big fight for them. But really, let's be real. It was the hooks. Those were 2 really hard to land hooks. One, he was running across the river. And the second one was just a snipe. Guarantees 2 big kills. And they used Ravage. And now Mama's boys can do whatever they want for 2 minutes.
All right, Bambo, does he go? Is Ether Lens into Ags the thing these days?
I think that build's very good, especially because he has Soul Ring, so he's already gotten as much mana as he needs. One downside to Aether Lens is that you are a little limited. You don't have mana regen on that item. You just have a bigger mana pool. So by going Aether Lens, it would increase his Burrow Strike range, his Blink range, all that good stuff.
Oh, Joxo's dead. It's going to be the sacrifice. Not even sure if he got off a word, although Hook's going to hit on BZZ. Joxo trying to create as much space as possible, and he will be a worthy sacrifice in the end. So are we going with Aether Lens? Are we just going to do that? Meaning the
What else did you call
pronunciation? No, okay. Oh, I didn't tell you
I've
this.
heard Ether Lens was what Shannon tried to
No,
tell me.
no, that's not right. Okay, so I prefer to say Aether Lens, okay? I prefer that. It's just like me saying Abaddon, and I'm stubborn. But I looked it up. It is technically Ether is the correct pronunciation.
Well, now we have a little bit of precedent for this. Apparently, Aegis is not actually pronounced Aegis if you look up the word. It's
All
like
right, but here's the
Aegis
thing
or
about
some
that.
shit.
Ice
But-
Frog himself said he was
Exactly.
disgusted with that pronunciation.
Exactly. I was saying it. I remember Ice Frog was very clear. It is Aegis, goddammit. So I feel like we can just follow the trend with AE noises and just make it Ether
Okay.
Lens and feel okay about it.
Fair enough.
How about we
Madden,
just
though,
carry
is
on
100%
until
right.
Ice Frog gets mad enough to actually personally message us and take time out of his day to Correct.
That must
like
have
that
felt like
strategy.
shit, honestly. Wait, who did he contact?
I
That must
don't
have
want
felt
to say.
so bad.
I think it was LD, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I don't know. Oh, Yoel's gonna get picked up by the lasso here into
He's
the
got an
four
ult,
step, which is
but-
now picked up and into a dismember. Bye-bye, Yoel. Likely to be a tier 1 tower to boot.
What do you think, Purge? Is this Pudge getting enough done? He's going 4 staff.
Are you kidding me? He's 4-1 and 4 right now. As a support, that's amazing. Like, if Pudge works as a support, it's really good, because the hero doesn't scale super well like other supports sometimes do. But, you know, Meat Hook does pure damage. Dismember is a really good ability that goes through BKB. The only problem is you're usually not close enough. But he's doing really well here. I think they did see the Slark.
Yeah, Shadowblade's picked up by him as well. Saksha tries to do the old TP trick, but ROX has finally figured it out. What you do is you stun him and then you kill him.
Brilliant strategy.
Amazing, really, really amazing insight.
Thank you. I tried to be an analyst in my past life, but unfortunately
What
I only
happened?
stated the obvious, so this didn't work out for me.
Unfortunately, I just
The
never
trend
analyzed
continues.
anything. So.
Unfortunately, I'm not able
Oh.
to analyze things.
Another hook set up there.
Damn!
Threads the needle.
These guys have very clearly played with each other for a while. Yapzor is very good, but Bambo is completely setting him up. And Bambo plays Pudge as well quite a bit, so these guys know how to play with the Pudge on their team. And I'm sure they're having a great time. There's a
Uh-oh,
song, set up.
Song of the Siren. They're gonna
I mean, they
set
will
up the
epi
hook
this easily.
and Epicenter. Epicenter starting off.
Oh, jeez.
He's gonna blink
All the
in.
way
He's
for the
only gonna get
dazzle.
one of the Burrow Strike, but the Ravage does go off Concoction as well. He's gonna attempt to get it on the Batrider. Batrider is gonna live for now. Yapzor under his tier 1 tower will try to deny himself, but the right clicks will suffice. And actually, ROX are able to get a tower on top of that. Dazzle does die, but I think that's definitely
Not
a
too
good
bad.
trade.
They put a lot of resources into trying to blow up the Dazzle, and he didn't die. He got the great
Uh-oh. I was gonna say uh-oh for Tidehunter, but he's pretty beefy. He's good.
Yeah, there's no way he dies there. They tried to get the Dazzle and pick him off, but there just wasn't enough damage coming out of the Sand King to kill him, so made the fight a little bit harder than it had to be. And not to mention, there still isn't a Radiance left on or up on Naga Siren, so if Naga Siren's running around and she has no damage other than her 4 points from Riptide, then clearly Mama's Boy's not going to have as much damage. Once they do get the Radiance and maybe an item or two up after that, game gets really hard for Roxkiss.
Is there any benefit to upgrading to Greaves right away? There's not really anything you can take off, right, with the Dispel?
Sticky
cooldown does go
Bomb,
Oh, that's
but
true.
That's about it. I don't
That's
think you
not
can
that
remove
great.
Ensnare.
I think you gotta go Blink.
Caustic
Yeah.
Finale? I mean,
Oh,
there's-
yeah.
the lower cooldown is really good. That is by far the best thing about Greaves in this case. It may not be what they need, and I think they were smart
Oh,
to go to
Bambo.
back. There's so much
Or
AoE
staff.
damage, you know?
Yeah, that's true.
Also,
Gonna Burrow
the-
Strike Blink, TP out. Go ahead.
it saves you a lot of mana. Tide always has some mana issues. At this point, it's not as big of a deal, but the Greaves help.
I always find it annoying that you can't use just the Arcane version. Like, I don't want a mech, I just want mana. Is it really worth to use? I don't know. I guess the lower cooldown does help, like you said, but
I've had that feeling before, though. Sometimes you just want the mana and save the mech.
yeah.
You know, I'm so sure that Alchemist has stunned himself at least twice as often as he's stunned his opponents.
That's normal. I mean, look at his dumb face. Like, that guy's absolute idiot.
Dude, the Ogre or the Greevel?
The Ogre.
Well,
Wait, what do you
yeah,
mean,
that's
the
whole
Greevel?
point.
That's definitely not Greevel.
Or
It's
what
it's
is he?
a
What's
Keen. I
a
believe.
Keen, that's it, sorry.
Where's Slacks when we need him? We need a
Yeah.
lore expert.
Yeah, that's
The
true.
fight's happening bottom, though.
Yeah, Sasha's going to get initiated
Chain
by
Frost.
Sadoy. Chain Frost does go off. It's not go. Actually, it is going to bounce pretty well, although
They just mech through it.
Slark used his Shadow Dance. Misses the hook. Ravage is not online for 18 seconds. They could probably go back in once that's up.
I mean, these wards are stopping all the Blink Daggers. They can't actually find an initiation. And
That
here
is
comes
super
the
annoying.
outstun.
Oh, the hook's going to hit, but the concoction's going to be there, and Yapsor gets cleaned up. He denies himself somehow with the rot.
There's a double
Bambo's
damage,
in
though,
trouble.
on the Alchemist.
But just like that, 2 are dead, maybe more, as they're going to continue the pressure at this tier 2 tower. Bambo gets the Burrow Strike off.
I think he's okay.
Oh, another stun on self. Poor PZZ. He needs an Alchemist set. That's what he really needs. Song of the Siren's going to stop him in his tracks. And I
That
don't
man
think
is
he's going to
so
get any backup.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's a dead boy.
easy lasso setup. What set does BZZ have?
Pugna.
Pugna, that's it.
You guys should look out for maybe a new Pugna set coming out soon. Maybe I'll give it to BZZ himself.
Really should, man. I know for a fact that Bambo was shit talking Alchemist when Alchemist died there. I just know it. It's like one of those moments where he outplayed him and he's like, "You fucking suck," something like that.
Is that his feedback in game?
That is definitely Bambo style.
Wait, does he flame his team a lot?
No.
Or is he a
definitely
quiet guy?
He flames his opponents a lot.
Yeah, okay.
He's like the morale booster.
He's justifiably irritated if something goes wrong. That's how I would describe it. I wouldn't say it's unnecessary in any way. It's fine.
Dude, he's killing it this game. 2-0 and 5.
Yeah, he's doing well.
Level
He's got to
13.
be one of the best Sand Kings, honestly.
Right now, yeah. I mean, he's still not that popular. Vambo is one of the only players that's been consistently playing him for a couple months now, even back to elimination mode, and that was last year.
Ooh, Lich might die again.
Yeah, Sadoy finds the Lich again. Chain Frost, he's been getting really good bounces, but it's not going to matter this time.
Your boy King Raven was coming in for the last hit there.
King Raven!
He
Wait,
thought about it.
It's King Raven question mark explanation point, guy.
He's
explaining
an
the point.
Exclamation point, not an explanation.
No, I like it as explanation point.
It
That's gonna be the thing
explains. You don't even speak English as your primer. You cannot criticize our ability to speak English.
You know
Pimp
what's
is
the
trying
worst
to
thing?
whisper us things.
Is when Cinderin will correct my English and then be right
yeah, that's
consistently.
actually,
That's a
that's
brutal
a mistake.
feeling. His English is better than mine.
It's pretty insane.
Well, Naga Siren's got her Radiance now, and Boots of Travel as well, so the split push begins. All the pressure that Mama's Boy made now makes it a lot harder for Roxkiss to win the game. So we'll see if they can deal with the split, but it's only going to get worse. If you guys think Alchemist was bad at split push, Naga Siren is clearly just as bad, if not worse, due to the fact that he scales even better as the game continues.
Is there any thought process, like when you're doing Alchemist versus Naga, to actually just go that build that isn't really that popular anymore, you know, the Radiance, Manta, all that good stuff, Octarine, just to counter the Naga late game?
By doing that? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, because like the Alchemist will get it before Naga, obviously, and then you can pressure them a little bit earlier. As
I don't
opposed
think
to
it's
this
worth
aggressive
it,
build.
because Naga scales better in that build. Like, for example, you get Manta style. Oh, and that kill happened on Dazzle here. You go Manta, for example, and Manta is going to make Naga illusions really good. Plus, Naga already has Mirror Image, so she gets the Manta and the Mirror Image. Like,
That's true.
That's amazing. So, and then she can get Diffusal, and all of our items scale better. Octarine is less of a waste for Naga than it is for Alchemist, for example. We might see Naga die here. She does have ulti, though. And she'll probably cast it right
She's
now.
gonna pop it. She has Boots of Travel. Hey, BZZ stunned himself again.
He did not
Thankfully, he
use
was
him at all.
songed. Well, I guess that's technically true, but you know. We gotta keep... Dude, we should have a counter. It's too late for that, though, isn't it?
If only we had a stats person.
Self-stun count. Yeah,
Slacks.
damn it, Slacks. God damn.
Like, here's Slacks. Do stats and count something really mindless and frankly irrelevant for the rest of the game. That's your job.
Yeah, I don't have a problem with that. You make it sound like such a bad thing. That's what he needs in his life. He needs a little discipline, you know?
Yeah, I don't know if I would say that.
Titan
I'd be so bored.
with the Blink Dagger. Probably will go for the Greaves next, is my assumption. Although, maybe he goes for a bigger item. Like
A Force or a Glimmer could be really nice. There are a lot of disables on Mama's Boy. If he gets hooked in, he can force himself out. Things like that are not bad, and he does grab a cloak. Magic damage is really where Mama's Boy gets their nukes and where they get their damage from. So some kind of magic resistance or a couple glimmers, they do wonders against the Sand King. Because then if Sand King only initiates on one person, you just glimmer him, and the damage is severely reduced. So it makes Sexy Bambo's game a lot harder.
right now, there's a 5,000 gold lead for Mama's Boys, which
So,
doesn't sound like
Gem on
that
Venom.
much, but yeah, Gem on Venom right now. Doesn't sound like that much, but the problem is you're going to get the Naga with all these items, and your Alchemist is in the middle of the pack as far as net worth. That is like the worst case scenario for. I mean, even if he's at the top, it doesn't really mean
Yeah.
you're doing that well, you know?
Yeah, this Blink Dagger build basically just didn't work. Mama's Boy knew that he would be off ganking, and he didn't get any kills out of it. So all these items that he grabbed really aren't that efficient. And SNY is normally a good build with a Blink Dagger, but you have to be a little bit ahead. You have to be insanely good at last hitting, and he just doesn't have that many last hits since he did spend a lot of time ganking.
Still only level 2 Greevil's Greed. How sad is that to see for the greedy Alchemist? And by the way, just update you guys on the format of the tournament. We'll be coming out with more information later as far as like easy places to access this, so you don't have to listen to our voice. But qualifiers right now are double elimination bracket style with 8 teams. The top 2 teams go on to the group stage as the top lane. We're gonna have a little bit of initiation. Sexy Bambo should be okay though. No gem in sight. Veno's not there. And then those two go against, the 2 winners of the qualifier go on to the group stage versus the 6 invited teams. In which case we'll have round robin group stage into a double elimination bracket again. So
For the playoffs, yeah.
the playoffs. I mean, it's compared to last season, there's more games is the bottom line, and more teams obviously. So should be fun. Unless it's not.
It's already
for
fun.
a kill.
Yep, so he's all by himself.
Do you see this this observer ward down here in the Radiant Jungle? It's actually not in GemTD.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, that's a newer
It looks
one.
really cool though.
I don't know. That's the TI, right? That's the TI award, I think.
Yeah, that one looks real good.
I love these updates from GemTD. I really appreciate it. It's like,
No problem.
do you have like some investment stakes there for that mod?
No, I just play too much. That's all.
Okay. You're a pretty good spokesperson.
It's almost a good game. That's how I would describe it. It's
Wow.
very close. Developers are a little bit backwards, I
A
think.
really sexy sales pitch.
That sounds racist, honestly.
Why does this sound racist?
Because we live in a world where BZZ stuns himself constantly throughout the game, and everybody thinks everything's racist. That's why.
It's like he has his finger like on the button, and he's always ready to stun, and he just presses a little too hard sometimes.
I have that problem sometimes as well. Top lane, Bamboo, gonna clear out the wave. King R,
Oh, they didn't go for it. Oh, he might be in
gonna get a
trouble.
poison touch up. Oh, we're gonna have a
He should have
non-self
fireflied
stun
a
here.
lot earlier than that. He
That rider
needed a
goes
juke
down.
in the trees, man. Well,
Oh
Octarine's
my.
up for Pycat.
That's when it starts to get a little bit dirty for the Naga. Now she's pretty
Yeah.
tanky. Has the Radiance.
Has
Alright,
the
where does
mana,
she go
so
next,
she doesn't have
then?
to go back. Manta
she
is
go?
next.
Manta, and then like some sort of HP, maybe or more HP, like Heart or Scotty, something like that.
I don't know if you need to go Heart anymore.
Top lane,
because you're getting
BZZ.
lifesteal.
No time to self-stun, unfortunately.
Oh wow, and they have beat on that one. They threw everything on him for that one, actually. Like, that kind of pressure is so big, it just gives Pycat so much space. If the enemy carry's dead, then the enemy team plays a lot safer for a bit. But with the Octarine up, Naga already gets a little bit of regen, 4 HP regen just from having the item, not to mention you get lifesteal from the spells you cast and the damage your Radiance does. You don't actually really need a regen source. You could justify maybe getting a Heart or something like that, but I personally favor something like a Scotty a lot more. Because it's an orb, you don't have an orb, and it gives you as much or more survivability against physical damage than a Heart actually does. The only downside is you don't get that full regen if you disengage. So it kind of comes down to a little bit of decision making. I still have always kind of felt like people buy Heart too much over Scotty, but why not go Scotty? It'll make your illusions really good. You get Diffusal Blade afterwards or Butterfly, then your illusions are pretty much really strong and impossible to kill.
Dodoy looking for a kill, but knows he cannot take out the poor Nagasaki, but he'll settle for a Pudge, or at least attempt to. Dismember goes off after the Dark Pact, but it's not really going to matter too much. Pipe is popped for the Tidehunter, who did go Pipe, by the way. Oh no, that was the Self-Hood of Defiance.
Yeah, he does have the pipe though.
Okay, I didn't realize it was the exact same effect.
Yeah, it's just a
The
single
day I
pipe.
learned.
Oh, Hook grabs him with a lasso. And
Hey,
he
he's
runs away.
fine.
Good.
Just wants to get away from the pesky Alchemist with the 30-minute SNY build.
Doxka's in a precarious situation down here.
No, nobody ever checks all the way in here. It should be fine. It's scary at the time, but it's very rare. And he can hide in these little trees right here.
Got a lane ward down. Something.
All right, I have a random question, Purge. 12
about
months in the
GMTD?
future. No, God, no. Never. I will never have a question about that. Oh, first we're going to bot lane initiation. Alchemist,
Oh, wow.
extremely easy kill. 2 bounces from the Chain Frost is enough, and the right clicks from Naga.
Do they get Pycat here? No, he's got
No,
no.
he has
No.
Song. Oh, he does have
Oh,
TD,
but
no
though.
TT though.
15.
All right, he's going to attempt to walk away. Veno, all you need is a Gale. It's not going to happen, though.
Wow.
All right, 12 months in the future. Are orbs a thing? Like, meaning...
At all?
No, meaning
course.
they all stack.
No, of course not.
What do you mean, of course not? It's slowly getting there.
Well, this fight could go well for Mama's Boys. Maybe.
Lich on the run. He's actually gonna
Oh,
TP
great
out.
TP.
Oh my god, the right clicks. Lark hits like a beast right now.
Yeah,
11
that was
essence
good
shifts.
damage. Like, you don't just remove orbs. They don't remove orbs to make the game simpler. They're removing orbs due to buffs and things. So maybe it's on a list like, hey man, if we get an opportunity to buff these heroes, maybe we'll do it. But I think Dazzle is not gonna die actually. It didn't look like they had Firefly at the start of that, so he wasn't taking as much damage as they necessarily wanted. But even if they don't get a kill, it's still space created.
Alright, the typical Bamboo item build going Dagon now just
Oh,
for
it's
the
great choice.
insta-giving.
Yeah, because they're having trouble killing people without Epicenter. If you can throw on an 800 damage nuke every time you gank, then they're going to gank a lot more successfully. It's also very good against Slark. Slark's HP is based on regen. He does have BKB usually, but if you do catch him with a stun, you got to kill him in that moment of time that you have.
Somebody's got to go Veil, you think, for Mama's Boys.
It's a really good item right now. If you need mana in any way, Veil is a really, really good item.
Plus, like you said, they're primarily magic damage anyway, so...
It busts up every one of their heroes. It's really nice.
I could see Pudge going that, maybe. Yep, top lane, we have the Yules into a missed Burrow Strike, thanks to the BKB of Sadoy, which is newly picked up. I believe that's the 10-second duration. Indeed it is. And he has some backup in the form of the rest of his team that are smoked up at the moment, other than BZZ. And Bambo looks to be in trouble. Oh, he blinks out at the last second. Ravage is going to catch him after the Sandstorm. There's the Veil, but this is from ROX. And down goes
Bambo.
Bambo.
Is shit-talking right now.
Yeah.
It's like, haha, idiots, use Ravage.
So he does that in actual matches, too?
Yeah, of course. Why wouldn't you? No one hears
No, it's
him.
just... No, his mannerisms, though. Like, it's not like... Like, the way that you said it, is that actually how he would say it?
That's his voice. What's wrong with that?
No, it's more like he's laughing instead of taking like, you stupid idiots, using Ravage. Like, he's not pissed,
Oh yeah,
he's
there's a lot of disdain in his voice. It's clear he doesn't respect his opponents when he
Okay, I gotcha.
talks them. It's not out of anger. Bambo's the most confident person in the world.
Yeah, I know that. That's for sure.
Oh man.
Sadoy has the MKB now on Slark, so if Butterfly was ever a choice for Naga, she's probably not going to want to do that now.
I really fear for this Alchemist. Like, I think the Mjolnir is a good choice against the Illusions for Naga, but he's just so far behind. He's not even close to getting the Mjolnir yet. He just picked up the Maelstrom now.
You know, maybe he goes full passive and starts buying Ags for people, honestly.
I wouldn't mind that.
Something like an Ags for Venno would do so much. It's one of the best heroes in the game to give an Ags to, just because of the damage increase it gives you.
I mean, Yul is basically dying to this illusion, so yeah, he needs HP at the very least, not to mention, obviously, the effects of Agnum Scepter. Meanwhile, Roshan area, Hook, gonna be fine. Haven't seen Roshan attempt yet. Mama's Boys don't exactly have the best lineup for it. I mean, Ice Armor is okay, but that's pretty much it.
And I just love this Venno build. This is one of my favorite new builds to go on many supports like Venno that need a mana pool. You just go Tranquil Boots and you get a Veil and you have ridiculous amounts of armor, you've got tons of mana, and you amplify your damage. If he gets an Ags, he's basically a core at this stage. He's going to do so much just with his ultimate. The question is whether or not he gets it off on enough people, because there is so many stuns on Mama's Boy and they have a lot of position-based things that they might get caught.
You think he goes for some sort of mobility and then Alchemist builds him an Ags? Oh,
he had
top lane, Bambo's just showing off the epicenter.
That's the 31-second Song of the Siren.
Meanwhile, bottom rune area, Hook's getting absolutely beat down, but the Firefly is up. He'll make it to the cliff.
I mean, they're fighting Sark as well. Sark's going to go invis.
Yeah, he pops the Shadow Dance. And not the longest cooldown, but it'll help him survive.
I mean, they can still up. They can chase these guys here. He's going for him. He's got Song in 2.
Oh my
God,
god,
they're
it's
going to be really
already
confused when
up.
he does it, but... Okay, he doesn't use it.
Didn't have full vision of everybody. He would have cut, I think, probably 2.
Yeah, and they don't have Epicenter either, so... So, Ring of Protection on the ground here. That does not exist in MTD.
And Bambo is going all in with these Dagon purchases. I love it. I absolutely love it. Concoction, he's gonna self-stun again. Okay. Meanwhile, Yapsor is gonna get initiated by the Pounce of Slark, I presume. And can try to rot himself to death, but will not be so lucky.
It's just not good to be a Pudge versus a Slark. It's one of the easiest heroes to get killed by. There's
it's
just no
easy
solution.
essence shifts procs as well.
Yeah, exactly. Like, you're just gonna hit him, you're gonna slow him. Once you pounce him, he's screwed. He needs to get a Yules or a Blink or something. Blink ideally, that way he can actually escape better.
Top lane Bambo starts off with the right clicks into the Burrow Strike. And he's gonna get mech at the last second, and Bambo's in a lot of trouble. He uses Dagon to try to get the kill. He's gonna force staff to the high ground, gets a very baby Burrow Strike, but it might be enough for him to get away.
Think he's good?
TP. The MKB is not gonna proc.
Wow.
Not technically unlucky. It takes about 3 hits to get a mini bash, so. But I'd be a little disappointed if I was Slark. That's a kill if he bashes him, I think.
Nice play from the Tidehunter though.
Oh, bot lane Alchemist is gonna pop that Aegis.
Oh,
As Ice probably likes to call it. Pycat though.
Oh, this doesn't save him.
But he's dead. It gets the ensnare off. It needs a couple more right clicks. But there's the lasso to keep his comrade alive. Pycat's gonna TP out no problem. Sadoy used that BKB to no avail, unfortunately for him.
Well, Sadoy made up for it that time. He got lucky. 2 MKB hits in a row as he tried to run away. Venovancer in the mid there just
Bambo.
gets soloed by
does
Bambo.
shit, man.
That's what happens when you don't have the Tidehunter mech, because he was going to get that kill at top lane before,
Yeah.
but
Except now his Dagon is 1 level higher than it was last time. So
that's true as well.
it's actually a clean kill this time.
Oh man, that is pretty dirty.
Get in
We're
there,
going to be
Kuban.
missing a lot of Sand King
He's gonna
kills.
try to
this game.
snipe a Gem TD courier.
Gem TD Courier?
Yeah,
Oh,
dude,
the worm?
I know he
What's
saw
called?
it.
Bookworm.
They saw it coming. I thought he was gonna. Maybe he wasn't paying attention.
The Doi bot lane might be in a little bit of trouble, although Lasso's on cooldown for another 10 seconds, so he should be okay. Pioneer has Ravage available as well.
So in Gem TD, right?
Oh
the,
my
the
god!
guys that developed the game, it's a bunch of Chinese guys, which is totally no problem. But they take a lot of the names for the creeps and they translated them from what they named them in Chinese to what they were in English. So one of the units is the Shagbark courier, but when
Yeah.
they translated it, it became Shackbag. So I don't know if
pretty
they
good.
like translated it from English to Chinese and back to English again or something, but I really like the Shackbag.
Saksha. No way he gets out of this alive. Song of the Siren was
Oh,
used
that
too,
was
but
close.
not gonna.
Well, they got him.
Well, we'll see if they can get him. He's gonna use the ensnare. Oh, the hook ain't happening. Alchemist gets the concoction off. It'll stun Pycat.
Oh, Bambo.
Mirror image was not enough. As Bambo got a kill, guys. Good.
He's just picking on
Totally
the
normal.
Venomancer.
That's a Dagon 5. 15-second cooldown on that one.
You know, the best thing about your story about Gem TD is when you said the creators are Chinese, and you had to say that's okay. You had to preface it with that.
It's because I was about to say something about how funny their translations were.
Why is that considered racist these days?
I don't know. I'm just covering my bases.
Yeah, you never know, I guess.
We live in a PC world.
I didn't
really
want
do.
our one sponsor to get an email, you know?
Oh,
Might
hook
ruin everything Moonduck has, you know? All it
gets
takes is
off
one
the
mistake.
Yules, and wow, he's just destroyed. Hook's gonna
Oh,
hit.
that's not good.
He's fine. He's perfectly fine.
And
Concoction,
another
concoction,
self-stun?
concoction.
Of course.
All right, let's put down a percentage guess of self
Oh,
stuns this game.
God. It's got to be like
70%?
15 Well, it's 15% accurate tosses, I think.
15? That's a little extreme.
So 85.
70 is awfully close to that.
It's still a little extreme. Oh, top lane, Yule
Another
initiated
kill.
on again. Gets
Oh,
off
man,
his
he's gotta be so
ultimate.
sad.
The caustic foul. Is that gonna be enough to finish him off? No, the mech in the last second and the pipe just to ensure that he will live. Meanwhile, Bambo did not actually get out. Attempting to TP
Oh,
now,
the stun
but
landed!
my goodness.
Dude, that was an elk stun right there.
Legit. Okay, that's definitely not 15%.
Check out this King Raven build. Midas and Atos on Dazzle.
Damn.
I mean, I really like Atos right now as a support item. The survivability gives you is amazing. It's also going to reduce the evasion that the butterfly has, so... or
He
the,
used all his
the
mana to
radiance.
kill that illusion, by the way.
I mean, he was missing a lot of mana anyways, but he's
have
got 4
some
in Poison Touch. That's the other really nice thing that Atos allows you. You've got so much mana pool, and that you can afford to get Poison Touch. And you've got so much HP that you don't feel the need to get stats instead. So it's kind of a good build. I don't necessarily agree with the Midas, but I like Atos on supports. I think it's situationally very good.
By the way, we didn't really, I don't know if we mentioned it, but we were theory crafting what the next item would be after Manta, and it's actually the Diffusal. What do you think about that?
Is
It
that
doesn't-
surprising?
Yeah, it was one of
Well,
the options.
it's not that surprising, but I figured he'd go a little bit more HP because the Purge,
Nah.
it doesn't take off anything this game, right?
It's
the
not
mana
about
burn.
that.
More for the
It's
slow.
it's the mana burn and the utility that your orb gives. They might try to kill out. I mean, it's just really nice to have the nicest thing about Octarine Core is that it substitutes the need for BKB. It's that simple. You can buy Octarine Core instead. It makes all of your Song of the Siren lower. You can mirror image more, and it also gives you HP and mana regen. It covers a lot of bases that Naga Siren actually did need in her build. Like a late game Naga Siren would consistently run out of mana after a little bit of time. She didn't have 100% uptime. She would have to go back to heal sometimes because she was out of mana. But Octarine allows you to stay out longer. It's really, really nice. Really good build for her.
BZZ is working towards, unfortunately not an Aghanim Scepter, but it would be a BKB, so he can ensure that he will not stun himself. Okay, that counts as stunning yourself,
mean-
doesn't it, or no? Like, are we counting that? Like with the Song of the Siren, for example, he stunned himself, but
I
it
will
was
not.
invulnerable.
That one
I don't
doesn't
think
count.
that
That one's
counts.
not fair. That's not a self-fair.
All right, but that doesn't count as a concoction hit either.
I would remove it from the pool of sample.
Okay, so it's just the third category of miscellaneous, not counting kind of thing.
We only run like 100% scientifically certified shit talking. We don't do any of that like
Okay, fair.
scientifically inaccurate stuff.
right, there's the HP. Pycat now has a Scotty, and he is pretty much 6-slotted. I guess he could get like a refresher or some crap, or even a moon shard, maybe.
You can upgrade the diffusal and the boots also.
Bambo bot lane getting pounded
Whoa.
to the ground. Can't even get off his Yule Scepter in time. Yeah, Concoction did hit.
I mean, even though Alc's been farming slow, he's finally at this point now where he's still scary. Level 19, has the BKB with the ultimate up. He does a lot of damage. If he goes into an Abyssal last item, I think this is pretty scary.
I think we might actually have time for him to build some Ags, too. The way this game's going.
It's looking a lot better for him. I mean, Bambo is still making space and getting kills and things, but his team hasn't really been able to go high ground. And the split push has been kind of useful, but not amazing. Like, Pycat keeps getting pressured by Slark like this, and it limits his free farm.
Oh, Pycat. Gets the bounty rune at least, but Sadoy getting destroyed. Pops the BKB and the Shadow Dance to get a little bit of HP. Pounces up. I think he's going to be okay. Pycat popping the Song of Siren just in case, but damn.
Wow.
That's pretty...
That's Scotty right there. Scotty and Diffusal Blade. I mean, his illusions hit really, really hard right now. They hit for 187, and then as a fraction of that...
He even upgraded the Diffusal right away, too. Didn't even bother with the charges.
35% Mirror Image, and 33% for Manta Style. They hit really hard. They hit for like 40 damage apiece, not to mention the Diffusal Blade burn.
Not gonna lie, the Pudge has fallen off quite a bit. Hasn't really found many items. He just picked up a Ghost Scepter.
Yeah.
The Bat Rider hasn't found much success since the early game.
I think the Pudge is just limited on mobility. He's got a Force Staff, but you kind of need a blink in games like these when your opponents have good mobility. He can't really do the aggressive things that Bambo's been doing, because if he goes there, then he's going to die.
The gem is there for Bat Rider.
Oh.
Flame Break. They're not going for it, though. Oh, there we go. There's the lasso. Concoction will hit, but it's all for naught again. Gem. Did he... Oh, that's another gem. Damn.
Yeah.
Slark has a gem the whole time. Hook's going to connect on King Raven himself. And he's going to get eaten alive. 2 dead right off the bat as Mama Boys want to push this into the enemy base, although there are buybacks for ROX at the moment.
And an Alc in the front lines here with the Mjolnir buff. Still has that 10-second BKB, so they're pretty ready to fight. Dazzle burns the buyback, and they're just going to retreat.
This could have been a good opportunity for them to go for Roche as well, but obviously didn't know that it was respawning at that moment.
Pycat's got the level 2 diffusal now.
Wow, Lich bought a Midas here. 0, 8, and 4.
Oh! That's
who did Lich,
there from BZZ.
Yeah. He's like, I am dying alive. That's what Slark does. He makes slightly defensively weak supports just crumble in the mid and late game. You just get ganked so often, and it's almost very little you can do about it, unless you get ahead of it and you get a reasonably timed Ghost Scepter.
Well, BZZ is going to clean up as much as he can with that Mjolnir SNY. He's attacking pretty damn fast. Do you think... You said Basher. I think that's probably a good choice, but he could potentially go like AC.
Yeah. Either of those options, maybe even an MKB, depending if... I don't think Pycat will go Butterfly, actually. It's very good that the Slark did buy MKB first, because then that dissuades Pycat from going for Butterfly, which covers his Alchemist from having to get that true attack as well.
It's good to get through that 17% Radiance as well, which is...
Yeah, it's actually a lot of attacks. It's like 1 out of 7, 1 out of 8 attacks. Those illusions are actually just killing Alchemist.
What's Tide going for here with this ulti orb?
Probably a Hex.
I think Lotus Orb's amazing against Lasso, right?
Well, that doesn't build Lotus Orb. I know you haven't played or watched
good try there, Shannon.
Oh yeah, you're right. It's Perseverance and Plate Mail.
Right? Is that what you're thinking? Yeah.
It's almost for sure a side device. I don't see it being a Lincoln's. There aren't that many spells to stop. There's
although Lasso is a pretty big deal at this stage.
Okay, I'll give you that one. That's a fair point. But
well, isn't that a good thing when there's not that many spells to stop?
Not really. It's all when they're big. Is what I'm saying. Like the only really big spell is Lasso. That's the best one to stop by far.
All right, we have it settled. He's going for Scotty, guys. All right,
I think it's more likely to be a Hex because his last item is a Refresher. So.
Hook is actually going to hit on Venom as he's going to get his ultimate off at the last second. Hook getting ravaged. He's going to Force Staff away, but he's going to go down to the Venom ult if nothing else. Actually, and Yapzor will drop dead as well. That's 2 dead just like that. Pycat forced his ult out. I don't even know if he can TP. BZZ's on the run. Pipe is popped. He has Blink Up, Concoction as well. He uses it, and Pycat's dead. There's no way he's getting out of this. And that's 3 dead for Mama's Boys. They had the Aegis as well, right? Oh, that's on Sexy Bambo.
It was just a good fight there for Roxkiss. They did get a hook to catch the Venom off, but you don't necessarily want him to be there. You know, it's like giving him a free blink dagger. If you don't kill him, he gets his ult off, he drops the veil on a bunch of people. And if Mama's Boy doesn't go first, and they were fighting uphill, and ROX had vision there because they had a ward, it's just not a good fight for them.
Oh,
Yeah.
poor Lich. Tried to use his
BKBs
ult to
were-
clean up that wave, and then Tidehunter aggroed it.
That was the power of the Alchemist saving his 10-second BKB for so long. He was just immune for an incredible amount of time. Naga had to ult when she did, but they had 2 heroes that were outside of it, and they just cleaned up. The Ravage also just barely clipped those 2 heroes, so Tide was able
Lich
to
is dead, I think.
do a lot.
If he had a
Yeah.
Force Staff instead of a Midas, he would live here. Oh!
Oh! Sadoy is going to get dismembered, but of course his Dark Pact will take that up immediately. Ghost Scepter popped
Oh,
by
they almost
Yapstar. Sexy Bambo, wrong place at the wrong time, but that is the Aegis. Sadoy popped his BKB as well. They're going to
Lich
clean up this
died
tier
as
2. Oh, how did Lich die? So I
Poison
thought he had
Venom.
little HP. Oh, the Venom? Okay.
Believe it or not, that skill does do damage. Oh, there's another BKB.
Oh, boy.
Alright, we're gonna count
This
this
has
one.
to count. That's what I'm
We're
saying.
counting that one.
It has to count. Alright, so what you said before was irrelevant.
No, but that
Wait.
one clearly he was using it to try to stun, and his opponents didn't like sleep him or something. You know?
Well, yeah, but I was saying that I was asking about the BKB usage. If that
Oh yeah,
counted.
that. Oh, guess who just used BKB? It was Batrider.
Oh my.
That was his 10-second.
Did they see it?
Probably, very possibly. That's a huge mistake.
Wow.
Alright.
That
That is
hurts.
truly unfortunate.
You know,
Sadoy went Mjolnir for himself as well. Clean up those
When
illusions.
when does Ags on Batrider start to become a reality? Like,
Yeah.
we're getting towards that late game.
I mean, it's not terrible here, because the biggest thing, I think, is if you initiate and you do happen to catch 2, you can epicenter them and probably get kills. Like, you want to stop or delay the BKBs, basically. That's the important thing. And they can do that.
We
I
haven't
just
even
don't
really
know this
seen
game.
an epicenter in a long time, actually. They're really hoping that the Batrider can be the initiator. And here we're gonna go. It's gonna be on Yol. Can he get the Venom ult off?
Oh!
Actually, okay, he thought about it and then
Oh,
just
no.
dropped dead. Blackhead pops the Song of Siren. BKB popped by BZZ. Interesting choice.
Okay.
I see why. He thought there would be more fighting since they did lose a hero, but it was really just Mama's Boys running.
Well, they did pick up the gem, so that's pretty big in its own right. I think that's 1-to-1 gems now, right? They got basically their gem back. I
Yep.
think.
Well, that was the gem that Venno had upon dying, so they retrieved the gem that they had just lost. That's
Right.
all.
Both teams are carrying a gem.
Yeah.
Still
does have a
no
blink
veil
dagger
for
now.
Mama's Boys.
All right,
Yeah, that's
now,
great.
now the game
Oh,
gets
my.
a lot better for Pudge.
Yeah.
Bambo takes out the curry. Let's see what was on it.
Is that the
was
Hex for...
Hyperstone and Plate Mail. Or
It is the
BZZ.
Hex for Tide, unless it's still Lincoln's, I guess. But he has a
No,
Void
it's,
Stone.
yeah, it's likely to be.
He probably sent it there to buy his Mystic Staff, so...
So AC is completed now for BZZ.
He's got to wait 3
Okay.
minutes though, unfortunately.
Oh,
He's
yeah,
getting
when the
really
curve
scary
comes
now.
up.
Oh wait, I heard a self stun.
No, he stunned an illusion.
Damn.
I was watching.
Damn.
Just a big
Wait,
gator.
does that count? What does that count?
Of course it counts.
That
He did it on
what?
purpose.
That's not as stunning yourself.
All right. What if you know that he's trying to stun Naga, but he stuns an illusion instead?
That doesn't count.
I don't think it counts either.
We want the ultimate humiliation tracker.
Okay.
Did
fair
you
enough.
stun yourself after intending to stun an enemy? Wow, they're actually just split pushing these towers. They got it.
Oh,
Wow.
hook onto Slark. Sadoy's in a lot of trouble here. Pudge is going to eat him. Gets off the Dark Pack. Do they have the follow-up damage, though? Bambo out of nowhere connects with the stun. BKB used. There's the mech from Tide. Sadoy pops the BKB. He'll stay alive. But Batrider
Might
on his
crush
way in.
somebody.
Is he thinking about it? He sure is, but not going to go for it yet. There we go.
I
Grabs
don't
the
know if
Tide
that's
with
the
the
hero you
lasso.
want.
Tide
Yeah.
has Pipe and Ravage. Bambo comes in with a stun. Flame Break. Tide is still completely topped off. Pipe mech, he's fine. That is one big watermelon.
I heard a BKB. Oh, it was Alchemist on the ball lane.
Of course it was. Why am I not?
Okay, that was weird. Did you guys see that burrow hook thing?
No.
I was looking at Alk.
Bambo got hooked as he came down from the Yules, so he burrow strike to the right. But then he went where Pudge was anyway, so he got like hooked.
Oh, it's one of those things. Yeah.
Like fountain hooked.
I have to say, even though I liked it at first, the Bambo Dagon really hasn't done. I mean, I think he got like 2 kills
Oh,
on
are
Venom,
you
and
kidding
then
me? No, man, it's been so irrelevant. In that last fight alone, he dagons the Slark and puts him down to 20% HP. Slark always has to worry about that. He always has to pop BKBs because he knows that massive damage is coming. It's actually really relevant. It's actually one of the best items to have late game. It's like an 8,000 gold item.
I
That's
feel
better
like
than
they
almost
need the
every item.
veil still badly.
I would completely agree with that, but I don't think the Dagon is bad here on Senking. You can maybe criticize and say you should have like Aether Lens or something, but I think
I
the
completely
Dagon
forgot we were
fight's great.
talking about that. Yeah. I mean, okay, so do you prefer the Dagon to, because that is literally the most expensive item in the game, a level 5 Dagon, right? So
Yeah.
is that more beneficial to have than an Aether Lens plus part of an Ags, which would eventually have been an Ags by now?
The problem is that those items don't give you, like, they give you good. Oh, they have a.
Yul's
lasso.
dead.
Wow, that guy died. Gem on the ground as well. Like Ags and Aether Lens provide you something, but they don't provide you as much escape as Force Staff, Yule Scepter do, and that's the trade-off here. And he has needed that Yule Scepter in some cases for him to survive, especially in combination with the Pudge. Like, yeah, with Aether Lens and Ags, you could Burrow Strike insanely far away, and that's definitely something that's useful. Maybe it'd be better here, but this is clearly the way Bambo likes to play Senking. I'm sure he's tried those items out, and he probably just doesn't like them very much for some reason.
I mean, it definitely fits his style. That's for damn sure.
Yeah, be really obnoxious.
I'm pretty surprised this game, like at the 20-minute mark, I thought it would be over in like 15 minutes in favor of Mama's Boys, to be perfectly honest. I thought they were starting to just snowball too hard, but Roxy's done a really nice job of getting back in this game.
I mean, it's hard to end the game with a Naga Siren, you know? She's not a hero that can jump up and kills. Bambo may be in trouble. Oh, he'll have the blink.
Radiant's bottom barracks has fallen.
Bambo has a lot of escapability with that Yule Scepter. Oh, I hear a lasso. It's going to be on Alchemist. Is he going to stun himself yet again? Pops the BKB.
Oh, perfect!
And he actually gets the deny
perfect.
Ravage on Yapsor alone.
Does that
They're
count
gonna
for
clean
double?
him up.
I think we're going to let him slide with that one since it was a sick self-deny.
Yeah, it
that
was
was clutch.
unintentional.
That was good. That
There's
was
no way he
definitely
did that on purpose, but good for him.
The thing about Naga is that if you can get it off after a Ravage, that is actually amazing because the cooldown is so much lower than the Ravage. Because
Yeah.
now you can't really teamfight if you're Rox.
Yeah, it definitely kind of limits them there. That's for sure.
Ooh, Aether Lens on Pudge now. I like that. Glad he could
Definitely
farm
very
that
good to
bad
have.
boy up. Oh, and a blink. I didn't even realize he had a blink as well. Damn.
Yeah, he just got the blink.
Nice.
Here we go. Naga working on that wardrobe back at home. Level 3
Oh, yeah.
Necronomicon.
She doesn't even have her Aether, or her Moon Shard yet.
Or her upgraded boots.
True.
Or her
That tower's
upgraded
dead
Radiance, guys. Oh, we're going to have a hook. And wow, that Bat Rider just ran right into it. That's not what was planned. All right, Radiance upgrade, yes or no? Would you like it in the
Absolutely
game?
Not.
What?
What, does it
Double
just
the
buff it up?
damage of Radiance.
More damage, more mischance, slightly
Yeah.
bigger radius, just like an Ags upgrade for Radiance, yeah. Fuck
Right,
that.
Pycat was looking to set something up. They can set up some long-range initiations with Pudge now. I mean, they could before,
know-
but now with Aether Lens, it's insane.
To use things that I learned from GemT, there is a tower that does AoE magic damage in GemTD, and it's as an upgrade, and it's very strong. So, with that knowledge, I'm going to say upgraded Radiance is a bad idea.
Okay, good. Thanks for somehow bringing GemTD into the fold again.
No problem.
The way that is Song, does it work the same way with Hook, where it'll hook the target, like reposition? We're gonna have
I'm not sure.
initiation again on BZZ into a hook. He ends up
It worked!
teleporting there with the concoction, pops his BKB. Yapsor's
was so
gonna
weird.
use his Ghost Scepter. The concoction will hit. So add that to the list of correct concoctions for BZZ.
Add it to
And
the tally.
Rain Tracks is dead, apparently.
So
Yeah, it's
Naga,
been dead, dude.
Naga gets Refresher Necrobook before the Moon Shard or upgrading boots. Very interesting.
That's because they're going for a cheese build. They're not literally trying to win team fights. They're just trying to split push their opponents. Bambo sits in one lane, tries to get solo kills.
It's
Other
working.
heroes do annoying things. Like they may see, it may just seem like everything they're doing is wasted here, but it's all on purpose. They're doing this so that their opponents just get pressured.
Oh my. They tried to do the old
drop
combo
the
to Tide
Necro.
Hunter, but Kraken Shell too good. Too good.
Drop
He's
the
gonna
Necro.
jump in. I hear a concoction.
He's gonna have to song.
And oh, he'll get it off.
Send
He'll
the
be dodged
creeps.
though by Bambo with the Yules. Song of the Siren by Pycat on the other side of the map though. Yeah, he's trying to rat us. We're gonna have another initiation. BZZ's cleaned up at the top lane.
This is why he did it.
Pycat's Song of the Siren
He
space
doesn't
created.
have his BOTs though. This is dangerous for him.
He might die actually.
He's just
Yeah, you're
dead,
right. He
I
has
think.
the refresher. Trying to do as much damage as possible to this Rax, but it's
Oh,
not gonna happen.
almost
He
hit.
gets hooked, but to no avail yet again. Bat Rider pops the BKB blink. He'll be okay. Believe BZZ stunned himself again, but had BKB, so it didn't technically stun himself. Bambo's gonna blink away to safety. Although he doesn't have a TP or anything. Should be okay. Oh, Pudge. Oh, Pudge. He's looking for something. They don't see him, though.
They know there's a ward there.
Oh, the courier's gonna see him! Oh no, he's gonna force stab right next to BZZ. Pops the Ghost Scepter, but he's not long for this world unless he blinks. Jesus! Concoction will finally hit, though, and the Veil right clicks will be enough to take him out.
That'll give him an Abyssal Blade if he wants to buy it. I think they should, like...
Damn, yeah,
he
you're
already
right.
bought back, actually.
Oh, Sedoy destroyed in the mid lane all by his lonesome. It took a lasso, Ethereal Blade, and Chain Frost, but well worth it. Meanwhile, top lane, more action. Bamboo pops the epicenter, and Dagon Dazzler drops to the deck. Gem drops as well, but he doesn't have any slots to pick it up. Could get rid of his Tranquils, technically. BZZ gets the concoction. And is just going to right-click with the Abyssal Blade. We'll use the active, and Bamboo will drop. So just trade after trade after freaking trade in this
1,000
game.
gold for that.
Damn, that's right.
That's
1,700
really
gold swing just for one kill. That's pretty
Will
ridiculous.
the back get stunned?
BZZ pops his
He can
BKB. I like how he BKB'd. Because he was not confident in the concoction.
It's 5 seconds. You might as well use it every time you fight, you know?
Yeah, at this point, just go for
Yeah,
it.
that's true.
Completely worth it.
Alright, so items. Alchemist is 6 slotted. Now you have to go Ags. There's no reason not to.
Yeah, I think
Oh,
I
that's true.
Moonshard,
Moonshard, that's
but
true.
I think you're pretty much right. It's time for eggs. I don't think it's gonna help them stop the illusions, though, is the problem. Their team fight is clearly can be better than Mama's Boys, but they gotta stop this massive crap.
Oh,
This is all he's gonna
Pycat.
do. He
So
just sums them.
annoying. That is actually so annoying to deal with.
Look at that damage.
If he had Refresher, he would have just taken the entire Rax. He just stays just far enough away that the Rax is not invulnerable with the Song of Sign, but the heroes are. Pretty ridiculous.
Yeah.
Alright, anyway, so if he were to get Ags, is the first choice Venomancer like we were talking about?
I think so.
Tide, maybe.
Yeah,
Tide can lower
I was
the
gonna
armor of
ask
the
about
illusions
that.
in an AoE. And he's also got a mana regen item with Scythe of Ice, so I think he can actually support it. Like, when you get eggs on Tide, you actually start running into mana problems. Because you're spamming Gush every 7 seconds. But Ags may be the right item for him.
I don't think I've seen an Ags in a professional game yet on Tide. I don't think... Maybe it's never been done, actually.
Oh,
It's
if only we got a
better
stats
Shivas.
guy.
BZZ stuns himself again, by the way, just letting you guys know.
Okay, thank you.
Meanwhile, Pycat, how many items does he have now? He has the 6 plus 2, right? Necro and Refresher, yeah?
Yeah, that one guy
Yeah.
watching the stream that's bilingual is gonna translate all your shit talking and tweet it to BZZ. Stuns an illusion there, okay. You're gonna get an angry tweet.
Yeah, maybe.
There's no way. I think this is one of those games where BZZ has got to realize, like, I really did stun myself a lot that game. Oh, Dark Pack, perfect timing.
Godoy takes off a lasso, absolutely no problem. BKB is forced out for hook. Pounce will not connect as a result.
Wow.
I heard another concoction. Okay, this was correctly done. Every time I hear it, I just feel bad for BZZ. I don't know why. I should have a little bit more faith. Range rack is being taken down
Pycat.
a little bit slowly here.
That hex from
Pycat,
Tide
you're
Hunter
right.
paying off.
He has
BKB.
the song, but Sedoy BKB and the right clicks. A beautiful usage of Ethereal Blade will stop the right clicks in their tracks. And the Ravage will completely miss, dear God.
That hurts. That hurts.
Roxkiss is especially talented at missing their abilities. It's really incredible.
Pycat. TP's bot lane in the meantime is going to apply more pressure. He might be able to get this Rax.
By the way,
Sedoy
guys,
will be here.
I believe that they are officially Tornado.ROX now, not Rox Kiss.
I don't think I said Rock's Kiss, but
FYI.
Oh, that's a dead Naga Siren. They got him
Yeah.
this time.
He's
Yeah.
totally dead. This hex is actually really
oh,
smart. From
but he got the
Tide.
Rax. So
I
Might
guess
be
that's
worth
worth it.
Radiant's middle
I
3
guess
out of
so.
6 barracks down. They're getting there.
That was the value stun. He just stunned 6 illusions with 1 stun. That should, like, up his average.
I didn't really think about, like, when you mentioned the Ags for Tide Hunter, the minus armor, I didn't even think about the AoE nature of that. That's actually amazing,
Yeah.
this game.
Kind of like an acid spray, basically.
Yeah, basically.
You can
more
spread
minus
it down.
armor. It's a really good way to deal with illusions.
How
Oh, that's
long
a
does
full
it
Rax
last?
bottom.
4 seconds, okay.
Alright,
On a 7
BZZ
second
popped the
cooldown.
solo
It's really
smoke.
good.
I think Sedoy's dead there. Oh, gosh. BKB, he might be able to make it out.
Oh, Bamboo.
Wow, what a pounce.
Oh, God. How many blink hooks have we seen hit
Oh,
That
Oh.
poor Bat Rider.
The BK beat it.
No, that counts. That counts as a self-stun. BZZ pops the BKB.
Agreed.
And he's going to be forced out again. He's still smoked, by the way. Toxa in the mid lane. Hook will miss on Tidehunter.
They might
Don't
be able
think
to
they
catch
want to
the
go
five.
for that.
Oh, he's hasted.
Tidehunter is so freaking tanky. Concoction
Uh-oh. Oh,
again. And the self-stun yet again.
That's amazing. That's really amazing. Yep, started having some hook issues. He did so good in the early game, but now he's
Yeah.
having trouble landing the hooks.
Oh.
You know, Bamboa might be in some trouble. No, he should be okay. Has so much survivability with the Burrow Strike, Sandstorm, and Yule's combination.
And an Ethereal Blade on top of that.
Yeah, it's pretty ridiculous. So I guess he's just not going Ags at all.
Nope.
On
Which
sync.
is sad to see. Yeah, because I just think it's such a cool item. Rock's Kiss.
Yeah, it's so cool. It just makes the damage a little bit higher.
What? No,
Sa-
the Burrow
Sand King?
Strike. It doesn't
It got
change the ult
changed,
anymore.
yeah.
Oh, yeah, you're
It's
right.
like double the range or whatever. It's
Is that-
insane.
oh, I forgot about that.
And it applies Caustic Finale on
Oh, yeah,
I
yeah.
don't,
Hero,
I don't
believe.
know if that's worth it. I like this build that he's got.
Well, I'm not saying this build's bad. I'm saying Ags is fun to watch as well.
I completely forgot about that change. I just pulled a Suns fan. That's my bad.
It's okay, man.
Thanks, bro.
Pull
Nobody
it 4
plays
more
Sand
times,
King.
and we'll call it you pulling the Suns fan.
Oh, God.
Satanic up on Slark. Interesting choice here. He is
Kind of
having
needs
some
it, getting
issues
bursted
with
down and whatnot.
survivability.
Yeah.
Yeah, only downside is with Mjolnir that 20% of the time that you're attacking, you're going to lose that lifesteal. So it could matter in crucial moments where you're trying to Satanic heal.
They're just going to try and clean up these illusions, and Mama Boy's just doing the old Rataroo for 2 here. They have the bottom racks, they have the range in mid, and it's going to be difficult for ROX to... I mean, they can defend,
gonna
but
FP this.
pushing after that's going to be pretty damn difficult. What's that?
I was wondering if they're going to go on bottom.
One good Pudge hook could end this game as well. I mean, that's not including buybacks and whatnot. Alchemist taking out Lich,
Killed
though, in the
Lich.
meantime. That's an 80-second death timer.
Lich is also going to play Dagon.
Radiant's middle barracks are under attack.
King Raven, you're dead. Like the real King Raven.
Whoa.
Oh, BZ. Oh, dead in the
he's
sense of he's not
still
relevant
alive.
anymore, right? Yeah.
Okay.
Technically still alive, yeah.
He's
I
a
wasn't
5K
sure if you knew
pub
something
star.
I didn't know.
No, nothing
He's
like
alive and well, all right?
that. Nothing sinister. Well, actually, we don't know that, do we? We really
I-
actually don't know.
That's true.
Hi, Cat.
Oh, the
Oh,
refresher.
that's Iron
that's
Refresher.
dirty.
And meanwhile, top
Oh,
lane, Hook's going to connect Ravage on
Alright, that'll
Pycat.
keep him alive.
He still has
Never
Song, but
made.
he's going to use it. There it goes. So Doy's BKB runs out. Pycat's going to TP out. Meanwhile, top lane, the range racks goes down. Melee at half HP. Ugh, this must be miserable to play against.
I don't know. That didn't do that much other than annoy his opponents, I think.
Oh, range racks is something, right?
Only
Oh, you got range out
2
of it, okay.
survive. Yeah. They're still chipping away. I think it's working. Slowly
I mean,
but
as much as
surely.
I hate to say it, he can do that 2 more times and they can just end the game just by taking racks like that.
Yeah.
You get the
The
Necro
melees are
units
so
out.
much harder because they're regenning.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
still.
it is difficult. Bot lane, meanwhile, Dismember into Epicenter. Burrow Strike. Sadoy drops to the deck. Has buyback. 100-second cooldown, though, if he doesn't use it. Bambo giving a little love. Man, the synergy with the hooks are not here today. At least not in the
They
mid-late game.
super were in the early game, but
I know.
Yeah. Oh,
Definitely
they-
falling off.
I don't like
All right,
this. I think this is
BKB
a bad
initiation
play.
onto Yol, trying to bring him up the cliff. It's not going to happen, though. Bambo. Ghost Scepter's up, but it's not going to be enough. Did force a buyback of Slark.
They kill Sark,
That's
the game
something,
ends.
I guess.
Meanwhile, mid
Maybe.
lane, the army has arrived for Pycat. He's going to Song and attempt to take out this melee racks at the top lane.
He only gets 2, although I don't know if Hal can do it fast
BZZ.
enough. The stun? Is it
Good
enough?
God. Taking a page out of Alliance's book here.
That's some pretty good split. It's not bad. I
Yeah.
mean, they can do that every 180 seconds or whatever.
Yeah.
That is also a lot of gold going the way of ROX, though, with the Necros.
I don't think it
constantly.
matters, honestly.
No?
Like, they're still behind in terms of net worth. Every creep wave they kill is giving them less already. Oh, there's a hook.
It's on Tidehunter. That's going to be a tough little cookie to crumble here, but
Nothing little about him.
he has Shivas now.
Actually, Tide's cosmetic game is pretty weak.
That's pretty
Alchemist
weak.
stunned himself.
Tide
He literally
no
has
items.
nothing. Oh, no, he does. Oh, no, he doesn't. Yeah, you're right. That's actually amazing.
Easiest hero to have every item.
Yeah, really true. You got like 4 items right when cosmetics first came out.
Yeah.
Him and Axe, I think, were the 2 main ones. Maybe a little bit of
Jug?
Juggernaut.
Yeah,
And a lot of
honestly.
Witch Doctor. He has a
Oh
whole bunch
god,
of
Witch
random
Doctor, those
items.
masks. They will haunt me forever.
the wooden, like,
Yeah,
face
the wooden
playing.
face. Alright, BZZ, my friend. You are 6-slotted, you have moon shards. It is time for some Aghanim Scepters. I want to see
Oh,
it.
Venno bought his own.
He's like, fuck this, I can't wait any longer.
Yeah.
Where are the boot
That's
upgrades? Finally coming out here. Okay, Sand King and the Bat Rider pick up theirs. Naga has hers. I think it's time for the Alchemist. Join the club.
Oh, he's TPing with Concoction. He's ready to go. Sadoy, top lane. Pops the BKB and his ult. Will try to do some damage to Sexy Bamboo. Yule's applied to BZZ. He will live to see another day. Meanwhile, top lane, Rax is taking a ridiculous
they
amount of
Venom
damage.
ulted
Even
it.
Venom
They
ult is
Ravage.
used. And Ravage!
Oh, okay.
It barely
All
lives
right.
with 30 HP.
It's regenning.
Oh my god, but that's
Yo.
Ravage used. I think you can just go in now.
They used
And
literally all
goodbye.
of their ults.
Epicenter, top lane, Yol in a ton of trouble. No way you survive through the Dismember and Ethereal Blade usage. God, this, you want to just pull your hair out if you're ROX right now. Just unbearable to play against this lineup.
Oh, he stunned himself again.
Oh god. They're not going to do anything with it though.
He
so.
lost vision when the Slark went low ground. Pudge is
I
gonna
see.
die. He tried to get the tower or the barracks. but-
Tidehunter. Yeah,
Yeah.
Bambo's just going to focus on melee Rex. Even the Pycat Song of the Siren is used just in case.
They've got 1 barracks left, a melee mid with half
my
HP, no glyph,
Ugh.
and it's taking heavy damage.
Can you imagine playing against this right now? God.
I
would've
used
just
to
GG'd
like
out.
a year ago.
Like,
But this is like taken to a whole new level, especially recently.
I mean,
Like,
what do
I
you
haven't
give-
seen Alliance do this yet.
what do you
This
give the
patch.
ROX percent chance that they can come back here? Like 5? And maybe-
0.
Like, this is just GG
I'm not even
out
gonna lie. It
territory,
is
right?
so low chances.
No, there's no way it's 0 because there's always disconnection.
Okay, you're right.
Fuck.
You're
There's
right. Someone could die in real
There's always
life.
natural disaster, that's true.
No,
That's
they
at
can
least,
win
what,
5 on
half a
4. So if
percent?
somebody dies, it doesn't matter that much, honestly.
I
Right.
just don't see Mama's Boys losing
depends
this
who it
game at
is.
this stage. It's very, very difficult. They do have the Mjolnir, so they can deal with the Mega Creeps, but it's really difficult to take the win here. Like, they're only standing
Oh,
last.
so this might be the last stand. Illusions are going to be used just to take out that last
What a
Rax,
chain
but
frost.
Alchemist going to be there to stop the push. But for how much longer can you do this?
I mean, they are hanging on by a thread. ROX. My gosh.
I am so sorry, Rox. Welcome to Captain's Trap versus Mama's Boys.
This is game 1, folks. This is the
BZZ
opener.
with one last stun. Actually, he's going to hit the illusions. Pycat was nice enough to leave them there for him.
Couldn't thread the needle on that one.
Sadoy forced to pop his Satanic as well, so won't have that for another 30 seconds.
Dude, Pycat's refresher's off cooldown. They need another courier, though. They've got 2 refreshers. I
What?
think they're confused.
Oh.
Pycat has his refresher at home, and Hook's refresher is on the courier Necro book as well. I think they can just Zerg it.
Yeah, I think so too.
I think they
But they're
could
going
have
to
just
play it
Zerged it
safe
10 minutes
just in
ago.
case. Oh, the illusions are going to
Is this it?
continue to pound
Oh, Bambo
into
went
the
in.
hook. Will hit. Sadoy is going to be kept on the sideline, at least
Eat
for
him.
now. Eating the BKB Sadoy. Song of the Siren popped as well. Man, half the team
Oh,
on
good
the
chain
other
frost.
side of the click. Shaksha gets a nice ult off, but dies immediately after. Hook's going to connect on Sadoy. Dismember is not up for 20 seconds, but the lasso is. Grave from the other side of the cliff as well. Very long-range Grave.
They
Sadoy
actually
forced
hold
away
it.
from his base. It still survives, though. Their base
lane.
is technically alive.
Dude, the illusions are doing so much work. This barracks hanging on by a thread. It lives. 100 HP.
Bot lane, they're just playing with Sadoy right now. Hook and Yapzor. Dismember is up.
Look at the mobility on these two.
Dark
Oh, he
Pack
doesn't have a
activated.
BKB.
Mooneye mid lane. Venno again forced to ult illusions and creeps.
What is happening? They're just having a dance party in the jungle. Misses the hook, misses the pounce, blink away. Yapzor.
I'm just trying to keep
Lothar's-
him away.
Jeez.
I hear song. Where was that?
Man,
Oh!
he just needs to spread his
Oh!
illusions out.
Oh, the melee Rex! Will you fall? No!
40 HP. It lives.
Oh, wait,
Next
there's
set.
a couple more. Wait.
60 HP. It's regenerating.
Oh, Yapzor's gonna
oh.
suicide! 10 HP on the wreck.
Alright, it's dead in 20 seconds for sure. He's gonna song this.
Oh, God.
Oh, Bambo's going for it? Okay.
Look at Hook. That's Hook.
One
He
more!
gets
They have Mega Creeps finally! Mama's
hero.
boys have done it. It'll cost them most of their team, but well worth it, I'm sure.
And they just split at this point. Make sure the next couple waves don't come out until the megas are up, and then it just becomes a little bit easier. The sad part is that actually this game might continue for another 15 minutes or something
Really?
like that.
God.
Yeah,
What do you
because
think-
they're not going to give up at this stage, right? They're going to sit in their base and they're going to defend. And the way the Mama's Boys has been playing this game is inching
Why?
with Naga Siren because
This
they
is
like
game
money.
one
That's why.
of an upper bracket match. I mean, what? It's
It's
Just-
important.
you can take it on the chin and go into game 2 and still be in the upper bracket. This is insane. It's like they're playing for elimination at TI.
Oh, Podkat's going for Butterfly now, guys, just to let you know. Even though there's 2 MKBs. By the way, Alchemist, BZZ, instead of going Aghanim Scepter, he just dropped his Blink Dagger. And now he has it again. Guess he dropped his BKB now.
whenever he uses
But picked
it.
up an MKB for himself.
Okay, helps him kill the illusions a little bit.
Bambo?
Top lane Bambo, Sadoy. Oh, pops the BKB at the last moment.
That was so close.
I don't think he had buyback. Let me see. Oh, he does have buyback. It's been that long? Jeez.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
All right. Well, meanwhile, King Raven has a Solar Crest. So,
What do you think the
there's an item.
dialogue on the ROX team is right now? Like, do you think they're feeling
F
confident?
these guys. Filthy
They're just-
Naga pickers.
Are they
Who
just
can
thinking,
play
we're
like
going to
this?
stretch this out as long as possible and make them suffer? Oh, in the jungle. Nice hook. Long range from Pudge. Saves him.
or BZZ.
On the run.
Feeling every spell from the enemy team.
Oh.
Oh,
Ghost
Bambo's
Scepter?
keeping
Ooh,
to
they might
Yapzor, so BZZ with no BKB is Dunzo.
He does have buyback, but wow. 2 minutes on the sideline.
Yeah, he's going to have to buy back now. There's no point in waiting, I don't think.
You know, the interesting part is that once their Raxes were dead and they had nothing to defend, they actually left their base a lot more.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
And then finally, Mama's Boy could get a gank off.
Veil of Discord on the illusions of Naga Siren. Oh my. Sadoy, BKB again because of the Dagon usage of Sexy Bambo. Alright, they're going to apply some pressure. Tier 4 tower is dead. That's a good start. Yule's applied to Tidehunter. Has the Ravage. The hook will miss completely. Song of the Siren's used to do more damage to the Tier 4. That's a lot of damage in one push.
I mean,
I
they've
mean,
got
as much as
Megas
I hate
now,
to
too.
say it, they just chip it away.
You say it now, 73 minutes into the game.
I hate to say it, guys. We might be here for
Let's
a bit
chip
more.
away at that last tier 4
I hate to
tower.
break it to you, but they have been chipping away this game. It is
They've
their
been playing with their
strategy.
food, I feel like, because Roshan has been up for like a million years.
I mean, they're just playing it safe. They don't want to take a 5v5. Like, they don't want a chance losing this game. That's how you play Naga Siren. You do this annoying crap and you win the game.
Yeah, you
It's
go
that
Naga
simple.
Siren and then 4 E-Blades.
But hasn't Roche been up for like 10 minutes?
But again, it's not about the team fight. They don't want to do a 5v5. They can lose a 5v5 against Alk and Sark. Those two heroes
Yeah,
can
but if
just
you,
like
okay, theoretically
go one by
speaking, though, Perch, since you're an efficient, you love efficiency, collecting
Longevity.
cheeses in late game is actually pretty legit. If you're
I
playing
guess
super
they,
safe,
they don't
right?
have slots though either.
Yeah, you can drop a
I mean, they
wand
kinda-
on
yeah,
Lich,
wand.
you know?
I guess they have urns and stuff, but they've got a lot of stuns and stuff though.
Roshan has fallen to the dire.
Alright,
I'm
so
just
with
not
that
completely
Aegis,
sold on it.
who's going to take it? Alright,
Okay, he hit the
Yapzor
cheese.
eats the
That's-
cheese.
That's
the
worth
play.
money. That bounty rune was 200 gold.
Wow.
Alright, BZZ spent some gold. Was that the buyback, I assume, and not Aghanim Scepter? Should I just give up on this stream?
Yes. You
I'm
should, I
giving
think.
up on this stream.
Is there anything the Naga can do to beef up the illusions at this point? Like, do you dump something for the butterfly just so they live longer and can chip at the tower faster?
Probably Diffusal Blade, honestly. Butterfly will do more offensively and defensively than Diffusal will.
Yeah.
Maybe not offensively.
Oh, Hook gets BZZ, who self-stuns again, into a Dismember, into Ethereal Blade, into Chain Frost, into everything, but the Grave will keep him alive along with the BKB usage. Chain Frost will continue to bounce. Is that an Aghanim Scepter
Nope.
Chain Frost? No, it's just great bounces, I suppose.
He went E-Blade.
Hook
Hook
Aghanim.
shot hits Sadoy, who's forced out his Shadow Dance and the Satanic as well. He's going to go balls deep. Pycat, Song of the Siren.
Ooh, no
Tier 4 tower is
BKB.
almost dead as well. Sadoy trying to pounce, but they're blocking his way. He gets up another great...
Hook in trouble.
whatever the fuck that's
Brave.
called. That right in the meantime getting eaten alive. Gets the last off on BZZ. This might be the last stand for ROX in game 1, by
No
the way, of a
buybacks.
best of goddamn 3. Yapzor taking the gush to the face. Yo, no way you survive out of this, good sir. Flame break. Another grave. My god, these have been on point this last fight, but
Rox will hang
How
on
long
till the
will it
bitter
matter?
end
My
here.
goodness.
Buyback from the Venomancer. King R. He's ready to grave again. Dude, look how tanky this Dazzle is.
Jesus.
Hiding the front lines.
Ancient taking tons of damage. There's no way to survive after this with 2 dead on the sidelines of ROX with no buyback. And game 1 of
GG.
this best of 3 Captain Draft 3.0 introduction goes to Mama's Boys. Jesus. Horse
May
and Christ.
every game of the Captain's Draft be just long and enjoyed. We can only hope.
Guys, well, my oh me.
That was entertaining.
It was.
Definitely
Had fun.
entertaining.
At least there was a pudge.
That's true. We didn't do a whole ton after the 15-minute mark, but that's okay.
Yeah, that game was super space created by Bambo though. Like he absolutely wrecked all the way up until the mid to late game until they started focusing like 3 heroes on where he was repeatedly ganking. And I think Yapsor did really well on the Pudge, honestly, in the early game. And then Naga Siren secured them the game, obviously, but that's what Naga does. So I think Mama's Boys played really well there. The draft was good out of TRN.ROX, is that what they're called?
Yep,
I
Tornado
guess
Rocks.
so.
Apparently.
Both teams played very well, but I think it's clear that Mama's Boys played better and they had the better late game strategy, so they deserve that win.
All right, so with that, we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be back with Game 2, Good Sirs and Madams, and everything in between.